Here's our last example from 10.2. I have a feeling if I don't do something like this in a video that I'll get questions about it. But essentially all you need is two pieces of information to determine any parabola. So what do we know right now? Here's what I know. I know I'm dealing with an x squared equation. So I know my general form is x minus h squared is equal to 4a times y minus k. I also know that my a is going to be a negative value because my parabola is opening down. So those are the things that I know. So let's start plugging in some things. I do know my vertex, so I know it's x minus, and the x coordinate of the vertex is 1 squared, is equal to 4a y minus 2. And so we probably think, hey, I don't have enough information to find a because they didn't give me a focus or a directrix to get a directly. Well, you don't need that because you have another point on the line. So what are we going to do to find out what that number is in front? We're going to solve for a. We're going to solve for a by plugging in the other point. So here's the other point, and let's go plug it in. It's going to be, and let me be very careful how you see this, it's going to be 2 minus 1 squared is equal to 4a, and the y coordinate that's there is 1 minus 2. So if that point is truly on the parabola, it can absolutely allow us to solve for what a is. So let's just go for it. 2 minus 1 is 1, squared is still 1, is equal to 4a, 1 minus 2 is negative 1. And so there's the negative coming out. It had to come out sometime. So what do I have? I have 1 is equal to negative 4a. So what's a equal to? Negative 1/4. Well, I'm finished. All I have to do is come back up here and plug in what I know a is, and then simplify. So I don't think I'm going to have enough room out there, so I'm going to just come all the way down here. And we have this x minus 1 squared that's going to be there in the end is equal to 4. Now what have we found? We found out that a was negative 1/4. And then we have the y minus 2 that we knew was always going to be there in the end. So how do I finish? I just do that multiplication and then it's done. It's just a negative out in front, y minus 2. That's totally how they should leave it. I would flip to the back of the book and double check. So this is number 56. So as I flip to the back of the book just to double check, actually the answer may be right there. Oh, it's because I'm at the wrong place. I'm sorry. I'm looking at 11.3, but I need to be in 10.2. The answer didn't make any sense at all. But when I look at the 56, yeah, x minus 1 squared is equal to negative y minus 2. So you can just flip to the back of the book and find those solutions. But that's how you would do that problem. Somebody would come to me and say, Jensen, we don't have the focus and directrix, but we don't need it if all we need to do is determine a. Just that second piece of information was very helpful.